This is Flagler Credit Union Stadium in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. It's the Oregon State Beavers and the Florida Atlantic Owls. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
I caught up with the Oregon State head coach before the game. He understands that they are walking into a very difficult situation today. Their opponents have a big winning streak on hand, but so do they. He said, I believe that we can come and set the tone early. Look for them to be very balanced in their play calling, show why they've won these games 3 in a row, and really set the tone here early in the first quarter. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. So Oregon State's offense will have the football first. And here's the guy they want to feed, this senior running back. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Got it behind the line. It's Thomas. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Let's take just a second here and look big picture for Oregon State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are.
And he's still running after the move. Just keeps moving. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Beavers are threatening on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Going to the run, it's Turner. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. The 10. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
And how about the defense just straight flipping the script? They got a goal-to-go situation, just trying not to give up a touchdown. You want to give up a field goal. Not only do they make a big play, they scoop up the fumble, they take it all the way to the house, and they get a touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Glass. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Running inside. It's Turner. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Durant. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Will, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The Beavers moving quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Snagged out of the air. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And I tell you what, when you drop back and you know you got that slot work in the middle of the field and you know how fast he is, you just wait for him to come open, throw that strike, and you know he'll take care of the rest. Nice throw, nice catch.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He'll be stopped short. It'll be fourth down, and let's see what the decision is here.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they've finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
They'll run for it. Maybe a crease. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. An easy call to go for it, and easier after you make it.
Yeah, we've seen it from this offense, too, throughout the season. In these types of situations, they just believe that they can make the play and they can get the push up front. That's exactly.
And he's in. Touchdown, Oregon State.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he made the extra point without problem. So a drive there of 84 yards, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Owls offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
And there was times during the week when we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week. And we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide.
But he's got room. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Tillman.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They'll keep it on the ground. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Quick completion on the out. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly. Gonna run it. It's Tillman.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Oh, he makes the catch. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to the ground with the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The Owls have it with a first and goal. Push ahead on the sneak. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again.
Well, they tried to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Owls. On to attempt to try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. It's Glass. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. This drive will open from the 15. Delayed handoff. It's Turner. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Second down, he'll throw it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Fires to the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. Both teams wanted to run the football. Let's see how these two guys are doing so far. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. The run inside. It's Tillman. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, going to the air. Oh, he's got some room headed to the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown. first down, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Nestled just inside that right upright. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Running inside, it's Turner. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. We'll have a stoppage here as there is a Beaver down on the field. That is a sophomore offensive lineman down on the play, and we hope he's able to return soon. Now on second down. Back to pass. The screen, he can go, and he's knocked down. And the Beavers want to pick up the tempo. The corners are walked up tight. Off the play fake. Rushes on him. Running to his left. Going to try to get it himself. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the clock stops for an injured player on the field. Training staff is out there tending to the injured player, and we will step aside. The Beavers with the 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Picked up 5 on that last pass play, now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
The sure hands, it's Durant. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Turner. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. The Owls offense comes out ready to go to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's got it. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
The Beavers can really attack on this second and short. The run inside. It's Turner. He's there to make the stop.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. How about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. Working the middle. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw.
Makes the grab in their space. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Beavers!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking for room. It's Tillman. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to pass on 2nd down. That one comes out hot down the right side.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Here comes the Beaver offense, ready to go. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it. Do it again, and they'll be on top. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. That's reeled in. It's Hampton. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Beavers using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Beavers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. Hauls it in. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a 1st down.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
They've got the 1st down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Timeout is called, and that will be the 2nd charge to Oregon State. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. The Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So here comes the Florida Atlantic offense ready to go to work. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline to be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the book. 10 time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio with scores from around the country.
Man, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start with a look at Rutgers, taking on the number 17 team, the Washington Huskies.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man,
makes the catch, and he's free. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Owls. With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. So as soon as they step on the field here in the 3rd quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Buys a little time. He'll try to do it himself. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the 1st down on a 2nd and long.
defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
The Beavers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. He'll throw it. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. And the Beavers will punt this one away. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He gets a block. Can they catch him? Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through.
And every year there's exciting new freshmen to look at and talk about and pub up. And this guy got a lot of that pub, and you see why. The dynamic play on special teams. You can see the speed, you can see the wheels, and you know the reason the fans were jacked up when they signed this guy this year.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, Dave.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You, keep being aggressive.
Caught behind the line. It's Hampton. There he goes. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Turner. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. We'll have a stoppage here as there is a Beaver down on the field. That is a sophomore offensive lineman down on the play, and we hope he's able to return soon. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Leaves it with the back. He gets it oh so close to that imaginary yellow line, but I think he's going to be just a tad short. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Grabs it in the middle. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A 4th down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big 4th down conversion here in the 3rd quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
There's a crease. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a...
Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Beavers!
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, you know, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw it to him. He's going to be the primary target on a lot of times. I can't be reckless, but I definitely have to find my way to get that guy the ball.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all 3 phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field.
There he goes! And oh, no, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Owls come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? They do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. This game will officially be in the books shortly. Gives us a minute to check out the top 12 and the scoreboard and see how those teams vying for playoff spots are doing. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Garner. Hard-hitting tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the grab over the middle. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Oregon State sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to the big tight end. Pulls it in. It's Bowers. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a...
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
That is an example of a defender just stepping up and making a play. You just gave up a big completion down the field. That's not going to happen again. That's not happening on my watch. Right away, that D lineman decides to go after the QB, and he makes a big play.
Wide receiver going in motion. The run inside. It's Turner. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the 1st down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect 3rd down and long execution by this defense.
And this kicker has ice water in his veins. 4th quarter, you need to make the field goal to tie it up, and that kid just drilled it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Owl offense is out there to get this drive underway. And as they say, it's a brand new ball game. That field goal tied it up, and now it's... can put together a winning drive. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Takes a handoff. It's Tillman. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
I love the play called running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. The Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Offense changing the play. To the air on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Biggest drive of the game right now as the clock is winding down, a chance to win it before overtime. Buys a little time with his feet. He's going to run it. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run. And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, yeah, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Hey, listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally.
Here's a little room there. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. The line of scrimmage is the 25. It'll be a 42-yard kick for the win. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. The line of scrimmage is the 25. It'll be a 42-yard kick for the win. Absolute shank. Missed it. After the miss, here in the 4th quarter, still deadlocked. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running inside. It's Turner. It's the runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. We'll get it started here in overtime. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On the ground, it's Turner. Got enough for the 1st. Touchdown, Oregon State! And they're on top here in overtime.
Man, you talk about striking first and creating some momentum in overtime. The first play, you take it to the house and you flip the whole game and put all the pressure on the other sideline. Palmer, that's how you start an OT.
Yeah, David, that's just 11 guys on offense locked in. First play, score a touchdown, put all the pressure on your opponent. They understand what it's going to take to win this football game.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
1st and goal, down and touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. Wants to pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
You love that decision if you're the head coach. You're trying to throw it in the end zone. Nothing's there. Good job by the quarterback, tucking it and running and just getting what he can get.
3rd and goal, desperately trying to get it in and keep hope alive. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge... to play in overtime. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Beavers! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. With yet another unranked team